All right, very good afternoon and welcome to our success story with Abbas. Abbas, congratulations. First up.
Thank you so much.
All right, nice to have you here, and we'd like to hear a little bit more about your journey. Somewhere these stories are attended by youngsters who are just starting off or looking to transition, and it becomes a little inspiring for them when they look at that transition, right? So, you want to begin with a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so as you have seen, okay, and I have started my journey as an fresher at DataMites. Okay, so earlier, well, in initial stage of my career, so I didn't had any idea about this domain and all. So, okay, I had completed my engineering in the RNS Institute of Technology from the mechanical background as a non-tech guy. So, okay, so in the year 2024, I had graduated. So after that, I had nowhere to go. Okay, so like I had a two paths. So either I could stay in the domain itself, or I could had to choose a new path, a new beginning. Okay, so I had to take a step which was like an obstacle for me. Okay, so but there was something that was waiting for me beside that. So so I had to overcome that fear and took a decision of going in a tech way from a non-tech guy. So I found data mites as a supporting member in that. Okay, so I had started exploring various other courses or like other AIML, data science, data engineering, and I had seen few of your success stories on YouTube also, like from the data match which were previously placed by you. So I had to enroll in that course, so it provided me a great help in building my career here.
Right, great to hear that. Nice to have, particularly that idea of coming from non-tech is something a lot of people aspire towards. So you are, well, I guess you started off, you picked up learning programming and a few other tools that have become part of this journey. Well, what was that like, Abbas? How did you find programming?
Well, honestly speaking, I was not a pretty hard coder. Okay, yeah, like even as now, I don't like much coding. Okay, so that's the that's the fact. Okay, so but you can't change the fact. We can't change the fact that it's a part of the game. Okay, so but I really think that parting the coding is like I really enjoy now. Okay, so well, in the initial stage I had the really basic knowledge. Okay, I was thinking like it was like a whole other world. Okay, so the 100 lines of code you see, and they're executing they're creating some other world. Okay, so that was like a whole a wonder for me. So but that was also challenging for me. So but I had a detailed plan in that I had to go step by step and learn from basic till then intermediate, then going on to the advanced level. So it was pretty hard for me, but at the same time, it was a fun way to also learn.
Very nice, right? So you go about this as a newcomer. What does it take in terms of the practice, the discipline? What is your routine like when you study?
Well, as a fresher and as a fresher, you said like the one who has got into this domain, I would my daily routine would be like learning and brushing on the things which I had learned previously. That's the main important thing. Okay, so as a fresher, we always keep in a mind that we have to grasp each and everything. That's not the thing which we should do as a fresher. Okay, that's the thing which usually all the freshers will do. They just go and they just go on hitting everything, like even this that, and no, that's not the thing. Okay, so that's the only philosophy I follow, that if you learn this much, learn it in a best way possible. Okay, so that you can improve that process in the better way. So that's the daily work I do. I just brush up the things which I had learned previously, so that I can cope up to the coming task. So that's the daily task I work on. And the one thing I follow is that every day I try to learn at least one new thing that can help me in future. So it might be very small thing. It might be like a simple one line of code which may not be producing output, which may produce an error, but I will get to know that this is the thing that exists in this domain. So that's the thing which I follow on daily basis.
Very nice. Very nice. So, somewhere you did mention of, if in spite of all this, you did not particularly enjoy programming. So, what was the topic that you enjoyed in
Well,
your?
yeah. Well, I can't say like a topic. Well, I could literally say the whole programming, but yeah. So there was some like topics like in a Python itself. Okay, you can see that Python as a data engineering, and this there is also a misconception I wanted to clear here. Okay, so as of now, I've started working, right? So there is a misconception that you need to be like a guy who has just who has dived into the Python, who has like a enormous thing in who has achieved everything in Python. But that's not the scene over here. Okay, so it's just that you need to have some basic knowledge. You should know what is happening in front of you. It does you need not to be you need not have to optimize that. Okay, so like coding for me, it was like that thing I used to look in that way, that I have to complete each and every topic. So I think that's not the scenario. Okay, so I have also learned that thing also.
Okay, so step by step, and that works out well, and you tackle it stage by stage, right? Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so somewhere I guess you had through you were through with your projects, and from there onwards you started appearing for the PAT team process. Could you tell us a little about that?
Well, yeah, well, that was, well, I'll be honest at this point, okay? So, yeah, it was a fun journey at DataMites also, but there was some obstacles also, okay? So, but yeah, during encountering of bad team, they had a supportive nature as well, okay? So, okay, so, and during my interview process, okay, so when I had cleared the mock interview, which was scheduled by the PAT, so on the very next day, I had a interview scheduled. Okay, so but I couldn't clear that. Okay, so I couldn't get shortlisted over that due to some resume issues. So after that, Pat had helped me with some resume building. But yeah, the thing is that you how you can cope up to that. Okay, so the Pat is there, but the thing is how you can approach it. Okay, so there should be a communication two-way. There cannot be a clap happening from one hand. Okay, so
Right.
that's the thing. Pat has helped me. Okay, so they have also like pushed me to this thing in this journey. So it was a fun journey with Pat also.
Okay. All right. And how many interviews did you end up appearing for before this? You cracked this
Yeah,
one?
well, I had around like two interviews which I had given previously. So as I mentioned, one and another one was a purely startup. Oh, so that was also like a SQL developer side. So that's the thing.
Okay. These are experiences by themselves when you are getting to meet tech people as well as the non-tech when we talk about interviews. What was your take from these two, the ones that you appeared for?
Okay, so like the previous interviews which I had given.
Right.
So on that experience, that yeah, I can say that it was also a very good experience. I got to learn many things from them. Okay, so the thing is that during that time I was not at this point at this level. Okay, I had very basic level of knowledge. Okay, like you can say I was at the bottom of the data engineering. I was just a layer. Okay, so Well, at the time, so I was not able to clear the interview. I used to stammer over there in the interview, the previous two interviews. Okay, I used to stammer. So the interviewer had to stop me there, and he had to tell me that yeah, it's we can just be free and all those things. Okay, so I was not pretty good at the technical stuffs also, but I had to learn many things from them. And even the interviewer had to interviewer used to tell me that these are the things which are running in the data engineering domain at the current market. Okay, so these are the things you need to learn, so these are the things you should be having a basic knowledge, so you can
Right.
at least clear some interview. So that's the thing. I have learned something about from previous interviews as well.
Very nice. I think that's on that note, you actually had a question coming from YouTube from Raghavendra. So, which is the cloud data platform that you recommend for somebody starting off?
Well, thanks for that question, Raghavendra. That was a pretty good question. So, as a fresher, as a data engineer, if you want to begin with the cloud, I would say you should go with Azure. Okay, so if you're going with Azure, there is a like it has a very fresh mind, freshly, you can say freshly UI, and it is freshly you can say that friendly. Okay, fresher friendly UI, so you can easily learn the things in Azure. Okay, so as part of that, you can focus on firstly Azure. If you're getting into data engineering, you can try for ADF, okay, Azure Data Factory in Azure. So after that, going to that, if you want Databricks and that Synapse, okay, these are the three things which are mainly for the data engineers as part of Azure Cloud, okay, which I preferred. Okay, but if you want to explore AWS side also, there are pretty much services. Okay, so that's a good thing. If you start from Azure, it will be like a base layer will be good. Okay, you will not having that much of issue in learning cloud. So that's the thing I would recommend, Azure.
Right. Very nice. Okay. And at this role that you have you joined, I take it, Abbas already. It's been a while.
Sorry, sorry,
Have
sir.
you joined already the company?
Yeah, it's been a week since last 14, the 14th I have joined the Jan 14.
Very nice. All right. So how was the start?
Well, they were pretty good, and they were like a friendly nature when I had a first day, and it was quite nice being there. The office culture is really, really good, and it's kind of a charming nature, and it's kind of motivating. Okay, you see the people who work really hard on this data domain. Okay, so and also that we are building a project from the scratch level, so that's a plus point in my career. Okay, so that I can learn from the basics, very basic level. Okay, so that's the pretty good thing that has happened to me. Okay, during this company, we have a team which is building a project from the scratch. So that's the thing we are working on currently, and the company is like really, really good, and they're doing really good in their domain. So they have closed many projects this month. So they have also handed over, they have also acquired many companies also, and they have also given a very, very, very good outcome and very good results to the Honeywell company, if you know Honeywell company. So we both have collaborated in various terms. So pretty company is really, really good in
Wonderful.
part of working culture as well as in learning perspective.
Okay. Yeah, great, Abbas. Great to see your enthusiasm, and we wish you are able to not only keep up and contribute much more, and this is a start of a great journey for you. So, cheers to that, and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Thanks for having me.